Hello. Of course, another part, because I skipped a day. Yeah, it's kind of stressful in finals week, I'm in my finals, and it's kind of, well, this semester, of course. It sucks, I hate it. Fuck school. It really sucks, I don't like it. Uh, yeah, my family just hate it. But anyways, to the part, new part. It's good, take a seat, chill, eat some popcorn, peace. So we continue our story with Deku awakening and climbing out of the sewage pipe, the crater that leads to a sewage drain. So Deku climbs out of that and just finds leagues, and I mean leagues of villains, of heroes. Like, I don't know, actually leagues of heroes. So many you couldn't even count on a hand, or your toes, or your extra limb, or your nose. Or basically, every body part you own doesn't account to this. Let's just say like a million. I'm kidding. That'd be way too many. A thousand. A thousand. There's a thousand. So Deku just cracks his neck and his knucks, and then he like spreads his. Then he breaks his shoes open and exposes grippers. No one says it. Don't worry. And Deku takes his shirt off, and oh, that sounds way more better. And Deku takes his shirt off because that is definitely what a Baki character would do and what a One Punch Man character would do if they were going to get the first kick. So that they just let him do that for some reason. But well, one hero tried to get Deku, but Deku just ricocheted his thing, killing the hero instantly. I think yeah, he's killed multiple heroes. I think right. Yeah, he's killed multiple heroes, especially in this new one. But anyways, so Deku then just well, everyone tries to body him, but Deku just just hits him with the rock smashing fist. Actually, no, he doesn't do it the rock smash fist. He wants to go away from using the rock smashing fist. He actually he pimp slaps one, grabs one by the throat, then uses him as a meat shield to take out freaking 50 of them. 1,000, yeah. So he's taking out like 50, 55 so far. It doesn't matter. But Deku then uses the same guy to take out two more, then strangles one, knocking him out, then using him as a freaking ram to ram someone's gut, and then Deku throws him in the air. Then he uses this new technique he learned called the snake venom, where he grabs onto your vein, your tendons that make your arm move, and just take that away from like 15 of them. So they all just lump to the ground out. Remember, this isn't Baki, so they ain't none of them Baki, so they're kind of fucked, aren't they? And then Deku basically uses another guy's glasses that he uses to protect his quirk, and the guy who can't use his quirk, can't protect his quirk anymore. Yeah, he just go. Deku grabs his jaw, taking it off, stabbing him in the head, which his quirk is still working, so he just uses him as a freaking laser gun, taking out the rest. With Deku maliciously laughing at this. Until one hero blitzes Deku and completely just wrecks him with his rushing move. If you're wondering, this guy is a very good hero. His name is actually yeah, I'm gonna give him a name. His name is Brutus. He calls himself his hero name is Brutus. Real name Tenko. Tenko. Uh, Tenko Key. Tenko Key. Tenkuki. He calls himself Tenkuki. Yeah, that's his hero name, Tenkuki. No reason to have a hero name, Tenkuki. And then Tenkuki tries. He looks like a sumo wrestler in a way. Think Baki sumo wrestler. In the new Shimoki. In the one of the newest arcs. With the sumo wrestler, the one before Jack's arc. That one. Yeah, the sumo wrestling arc. Yeah, he kind of looks like that, but with more heroic looking clothing on. But Deku he tries to take out his tendons, but this guy's basically like a freaking Baki character and just, no, that didn't affect me at all, and then just pops him in the mouth, Deku in the mouth, hitting him across, he bounces across 50 different buildings. And then the sumo wrestler is right on him again, and then Deku uses his art of punching, kicking in the, as a Baki character would, which, yeah, it does actually affect, Sh- uh, Tengoki, Tengoki, and Tengoki then claps his thighs together, then headbutts Deku, which in turn sprains Deku's ankle, which Deku then uses his hands to spread his thighs, and then get his foot unstuck, and then hitting with the slap upwards, slap downwards to the concrete. Then he uses his non-sprained foot to stomp in Tengoki's head, and Tokoki, picks his hand, then just chucks him, skipping him across the entire block until Deku finally is about to get a really good hit in on Tengoki tried to swing at Deku, but Deku weaved it like All Might. I was about to get a freaking mean one on him, but then Tengoki moved out the way. But Tengoki was shocked that this happened because he didn't move on his own. It's because this hero called Speed Might. Yeah, he calls himself Speed Might. It's a dumb name. Deku does. That's a pretty stupid ass name. Well, I can't change it anymore. Okay. I kind of want it to be like the tree frog because I'm green. Still sucks, but hey, come on. And then the Deku just gets hit in the gut, and the guy just starts swinging at Deku. It's kind of like Homelander in a way. Like Deku starts getting punched in the chest, and well, basically we get a zoom in on his chest. One of his ribs cracked, but then Deku grabbed the speed guy's hand, just then pointing it downwards, snapping the guy's arm, exposing bone in the process. Then Deku uses this disadvantage to break the guy's legs. Remember, this guy's a speed hero, and Deku just used brute force, and the guy just got freaking bodied. And then Deku throws him against the building, which he promptly dies from from blood loss, and from hitting a massive concrete slab. And a lot of dirt got in him, so a lot of diseases got in him. And then, Speed Might fucking dies. And Tengoki gets back up and tries to hit at Deku, but Deku, already knowing his tactics, then weaves his attack and then hits him with uh, two chops to the gut, the rib cage, I guess, and then breaks Tengoki's ribs. But Tengoki says, "Nah, I'm Baki character. I don't give two fucks. My ribs are broken." And then he slams Deku into the ground, and Deku freaking picks up Tengoki's hands, and then hits him with the rock smashing fist, breaking every rib in his body, and bones, and rib cage, and organ. But of course, he has that warrior mentality and just got back up, like, nah, fuck off. I have extra blood. Get fucked, and then hits Deku with a mean one. Hits him so hard, he hits him with a wow, wow, wow. Yes, that he literally spins in the air, slamming onto freaking ground. Then another hero that has a finger lasers. Yeah, he legit has finger lasers, and he shows up. He calls himself. I think he would call himself. Mm, um, yeah, he'd just probably call himself Laser Beam, Laser Tips. Yeah, freaking. That's his name, Laser Tips. And then, Laser Tips comes in, tries to get Deku with his lasers, but Deku just weaves it and immediately goes for Tengoki instead of the laser guy. So the laser guy lasers Deku's hand before he can hit Tengoki, which would have hurt him immensely. And so Tengoki gets a mean one in Deku's gut, throwing him towards this other hero who will be named. Uh, oh, let's name him. Let's call him Jack the Ripper. You're wondering, who the fuck would you want to be named after that guy who murdered multiple women because they exist? Well, he thought the name looked cool, and plus his quirk was finger knives. Actually, no, he can spawn knives anywhere on his body. So this guy stabs Deku multiple times with his fist. He has a very bad version of the rock smashing fist, by the way. No, he doesn't. No, he just has multiple punch. It's like Sikorsky in that way, right? Because he punches really fast. Uh, Spec, the Bucky character who punches really fast and broke the Statue of Liberty. It's like that. But Deku just shrugs that off with a knife in him, by the way, and then just proceeds to stab the guy made of knives. So, yeah, the guy starts coughing out blood, and then Deku takes his chance to stick his fingers up the guy's nose, pick him up by his nose, and then freaking slam his skull into the ground, breaking his entire skull. But since, these guys have that warrior mentality, the guy just gets up and cuts Deku's entire gut open. Don't worry, no organs came out. But still, impressive. And then, Deku then gets the guy until, laser fingers, laser tips, shoots Deku in the ribs, and Deku coughs up blood. But then eventually, this other hero shows up, and this hero is actually a way weaker version, a really weak version of, let's say, way weaker version of, way weaker version of whom? Um, oh, a way weaker version of Tiandi. The guy, Tien, the guy that goes, Tien Ho! And the guy that hits him with the hit cell with that dope ass move, and then you just, one of the main antagonists in the Goku tournament arc, that one, I hope you don't know what I'm saying. He was in Dragon Ball. Oh my kidding, he was in Dragon Ball, he was in Dragon Ball, the Tournament of Power arc. He was right next to, like, all the other humans, like Krillin. Who am I kidding? Yeah. So the guy has one eye and has really good martial arts and has two back arms. Yes, that it isn't a technique this time. It's a mutation, and that eye does move. And then Tengo laser tips. Store-bought Tiandi, Tien, and I don't think I gave him a name. Uh, yeah, Jack the Ripper. We're gonna fuck him, Deku. And yeah, so what happens? So, store-bought Tien and Tenkoki start just pummeling Deku with their many and very strong punches. And sometimes Ki Blasts, but they're actually not called Ki Blasts, they're called Energy Waves. Because they don't actually look like the normal Ki Blasts, they just have like, it's like a fart. I'm kidding. It's like air, but like it's visible and you can slap him with it. Yeah, and then the laser guy keeps stopping from Deku from hitting him, and the knife guy sometimes comes in to cut Deku, often, and eventually, Deku gets kicked into the ribs and then slams into the ground until he starts vibrating, and then he grabs some blood from his mouth, going through his hair, and his eye turning a bit red. Then Deku reveals that he's gained a new monstrous form, and let's just say they're fucked. Deku immediately blitzes Tien, poking him in all three freaking eyes, and then the guy like screams out in pain, and his eyes are bleeding, and then Deku just snaps his neck. He just snaps his neck, and then Knife Fingers tries to cut Deku, but Deku breaks his arm, uses his knives to Shawshank the crap out of this guy's ribs to open up his organs. And then he strangles the guy with said organs, and then uses him as a freaking flail to start beating in, Tenkoki, Goki, and, Deku throws as soon as the laser guy tries charging him his beams, because there was a certain noise that called, like, when he was charging him up, and so Deku threw him, and then the beams struck the body instead of Deku, so the guy gets freaking bodied by another guy's body, which knocks him out because he hit concrete, and Deku threw that body really vigorously. And then Tengoki just gets wolf smashing fist, because I think that was one of Goro's techniques. If it's not, whoops. Yeah, Tengoki gets all of his ribs and body broken, and he gets punched in the face, then the mouth, and the kick, and then Deku grabs a bullet that he took from a hero he fought back in the day, shoves it in the guy's mouth, and then blows up his mouth, opening up his jaw, and then Deku just keeps going, and going, and going, and then Deku finally hits him with this, like, pressure point to the heart, old Shifu style, and knocking out, and not killing him, because that was straight to the heart this time, so Tengoki dies. Which is unrealistic for a Baki character, but still. This is not a Baki character. It's a bootleg Baki character, so no unlimited blood supply. So, yeah, he dies. Standing, by the way. And then Bang shows up with his brother, and of course they're way weaker in this version. And then this other guy, and then Bakugo also shows up. Actually, no. Yeah, Bakugo does show up. Yeah, Bakugo's with them, and Deku says, "Why is he here?" And why he was here was, wait, no, he's not here. Wait, what? And then Deku starts looking around, and realizes, yeah, Bakugo wasn't it. Deku was who looks at it. And then Bang and his brother, I can't remember his fucking name, look at him like, who? And Deku says, never mind. And then Deku says, bring it on. And of course, they do, and Deku starts getting pummeled. Actually, no, this time he actually is winning, because, he already unlocked the blood eyes. So he's already freaking up them already, and then takes out the oldest brother, quote unquote. They're actually not related, but still, they're brothers. Taking out that one, but Bang shortly hits him with the rock smashing fist. Advanced. By the way, this is stronger than the tiger smashing fist. So they do clash, but Bangs is faster and kicks that, beats the shit out of Deku eventually out. Not making him out cold, but Deku very weakened and wanting to take some rest and some recovery time, like Michael Myers does usually in every single movie. So Deku picks up laser tips, waking him up immediately. Laser tip immediately shooting some lasers, because his final thought was shooting more lasers, so he shot more lasers. Bang blocked it, of course, and Deku threw the body laser tips at Bang, so Bang, obviously being a hero, he catches him, but Deku uses his time to escape. And yep, Deku just escapes. And then he goes to a building, and then he relaxes, healing and healing and healing, of course. And then a kid who was dared to go into this said building because they heard a really creepy sound, obviously that being Deku yelling in pain because he's trying to pull out knives, and of course he's going into transmission of a monster, so he kind of has to scream like one, right? And so Deku the kid goes in, and the kid, guess who it is? It's Koda! Yeah, I'm introducing Koda early. By the way, there's two kids, not important. Just like in the original, and just like in One Punch Man. And so, Koda, by the way, this is like a vacation from the summer camp. He's with his gram. If you're wondering, well, why was she not? Don't ask questions. No, shh. Stop asking questions. Just let me do my stuff. And Deku, of course, Deku just looks at the kid, tells him to leave. Isn't threatening him with something. He just tells him to leave. And the kid, of course, saying no, because if he leaves, then his friends will tell him he's a sissy. Uh, and obviously, Deku not having a lot of friends, saying, that doesn't really sound like a friend, now does it? Telling you to go into a building with almost certain death inside. You sure those are your friends? Or just people who want to see blood? And then the Volcoda says, I didn't think about that way. So Dakota sits down next to Deku, and Deku tells him, aren't you gonna leave now? Nope. I want to sit next to the person who showed me what a friend is. And Deku is shocked because no one's really showed him really uh, kindness before. By the way, every single hero Deku has gone for is like really mean. Like, they've murdered people, and they feel no regret for it. Especially this one time where Laser Tips shot an innocent civilian and said the hero broke his finger, so that's the whole reason. But guess what the fuck happened? He tried to predict a move the guy was gonna make, but didn't actually predict it, so he just shot a child. Yeah, so don't think all the heroes that I was talking about were good guys. Especially, yeah, most of the heroes Deku has been fighting against awful people. Like, sad excuses for a human race. Especially Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper legit was a villain back in the day and murdered multiple and multiple people. And the only reason he wasn't charged for, death is because some pro heroes told him. So the pro hero agency just wanted to use him as a hero. And he said you could kill as many people as you want if you became a hero. And surprisingly, the knife that Jack the Ripper has killed multiple upon multiple enemies of the Pro Heroes Society. Not even villains, just villains in general. I'm just trying to clear up the fact that Deku is not evil yet. Well, he's trying to be evil, but he just keeps doing good deeds that he doesn't know are good deeds. So, Deku, by the way, laser beam guy, yeah, he died. If you're wondering how he died, Deku tore off so much hair that it actually revealed his brain. Yeah, he ripped his hair, skin, and bone out just by throwing him. So the guy died. Anyway, I just wanted to clear that up, by the way. So Deku is just talking to Koda about his experience with friends, and telling Koda that he really didn't have that many friends as a kid. So I guess I'm just a good judge of character, I guess. And Koda says, well, I won't be here for long, so I'll come see you as many times as possible. Thanks, kid. Name? Exactly. Sorry, I just don't really ask names that much because no friends at all. I could be your friend. It's Koda. That's what Koda talking. And Deku says, thanks, Koda. Name's Garo. No, that's my villain. That's my code name. But my name's Deku. No, it's Zuku. I guess I'm just too used to saying Deku now. So, is it Izuku? Koda being puzzled because the guy stuttered 3 different times. By the way, that was all me. I'm sorry. And then and then Deku says, yes, it is Izuku. And Koda says, alright, Izuku, I'll see you tomorrow. And then Koda leaves, honestly expecting his friends not being there, because, they thought Koda just fucking died and didn't want to go help him. Even though they thought themselves heroes, even though they ran in the first sight of trouble. Sissies. But, anyways. Yep. And Deku looks outside the barn to see a shadowy figure in the distance. Well, that's where I'm going to leave things right now. like, subscribe, hit the post notification bell. Liking helps with the algorithm. I've seen this many times in my videos when no one likes because I guess they just don't want to like. It's cool, it's cool. I'm kidding. But subscribing also helps with the algorithm because it makes me more popular and makes me pop on more people's For You page, which means I could pop up in your girl's DMs. I'm kidding. But also hitting the post notification bell can notify you every time I post one of these. I love posting these. I just have finals, so it's kind of really hard for me to post often. Luckily, it's Wednesday tomorrow, so I get to just. So, bye-bye.